You're listening to Space Pirate Radio.
In space.
Man, sometimes you wake up in the morning and it just feels like you got hit in the face by the moon. But whatever your morning was like today, if that was your morning, especially, Space Pirate Radio is here for you once again. I am DJ Spigel, and it's great to be back with my loving, caring audience. This is a very special Space Pirate Radio broadcast, and not just because I'm here, maybe, but because this is our 10th ever episode. Now, 10 is a pretty big number. I didn't think we'd ever even have 10 subscribers for this YouTube channel. But since 10 is apparently such a big milestone number for the Big Shot producers, they are forcing me back on the air one more time to do a very special 10 songs from 10 ZBNers in space broadcast. So that's right, you're going to hear 10 songs from 10 people. They're all involved with the ZBN, so you may recognize their names. It's just going to be me hosting it, unfortunately. You don't get to hear their lovely voices, but that Clocktown theme that you just heard, that was my contribution. That's from Majora's Mask, and in my opinion, the music in that game is distinctive as it gets. So since I'm acting as the voice for all these ZBNers, why don't we head over to the Lilat system to hear a selection from... who else? Chris, you really had to pick a Star Fox song, didn't you? But never mind. Here's the Star Wolf theme from Star Fox Command. Now, in my opinion, lately there has been a lot of unfounded, inappropriate Sonic love on this channel. Now, I'm not sure who's responsible for this. It might be Josh, it might be Chase, it might be like Omni infiltrating us from the outside and like sending all the Sonic fans over here or whatever. But the point is, there's been a lot of Sonic fanboyism going on this YouTube channel lately, and I won't stand for it. Except for the fact that I'm going to have to now learn to deal with it and play a song from Sonic CD on my Space Pirate Radio broadcast. Thanks, Josh. This song is from Sonic CD. Honestly, Sonic has some excellent music. I mean, there's some like crappy, weird, like Fall Out Boy style stuff from Sonic Heroes and like more of the recent games. But this one's pretty good. You'll like this one. It's from Sonic CD, like I said. Enjoy.
Don't fall behind. Say don't be late. Destination heaven. Stay alive. Now shooting music. We're going to have fun. Say, blast off. Excalibur. It's about that bar. What do you mean? Give it taste. Going home. Time zone. Check it out, eh? Live alone. Leather legs. Getting in place. What do you get? Say, back jet. Zoom room. Cosmic zoom. That's up, Jay. It's Sonic Boom. Sonic Warrior. Sonic Warrior.
You are what you need out of 10. You got the power to save the land.
Take a little chance. Slip on through. You got to no matter what you do. You gotta do for you. Sonic Warrior. Sonic Warrior.
The power is in your mind to seek the planet to conquer time. Choo-choo Sonic Warrior, deep space and time. Choo-choo Sonic Warrior, flavor in your mind. Nothing can survive the way you stay like a super try. You can do anything. Choo-choo Sonic Warrior, always takes a chance. Choo-choo Sonic Warrior, never sit the camp. Nothing can survive the way you stay like a super try. You can do anything.
Yes, that was You Can Do Anything. And of course, as we all know, Sonic can absolutely do anything, except stay relevant in the 21st century. This next song is from Chase, another ZBN member who is a fan of Sonic, but this is actually going to be from his favorite game of all time, which is Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS. I know this because he told me one time, and I think he may have mentioned it on some other shows as well. This song is called, well, I'm not really sure what it's called. It just says Chapter 18, Dog's Revenge. Now, I'm not sure what that means, if that's like the title or like maybe the dog was like reading a book. I don't know. Just listen to the song and you be the judge. At last, a proper fade out that just doesn't make it sound like the editing job was horribly botched. Good job, whoever did the music for Kid Icarus Uprising. I salute you. Also, I clearly really did my research on that one. Up next, Mother 3, Zyber. Go.
Finally it's morning, stretching, I'm yawning. PB and C is what I'm thinking of, and it only can be found in my Reese's Puffs. Nothing can compare to the creamy crunch. Peanut butter chocolate, great when separate, but when they combine, they make the morning time epic. Morning time epic. Morning time epic. R-double-E.
Nothing beats the perfect combination of tasty peanut butter and chocolatey flavor. And Reese's Puff cereal, an epic part of a complete breakfast.
P to the U-double-F-S, yes.
returning from commercial break, you heard the Laboratory Ruins theme from Batman on the NES. That was selected by our very own Kyle. Kyle has been on several of the 20 questions episodes that we've done in the past, and it is his fault that we lost on the ones that we lost on. Following that, we had the Snakey Shanty from Donkey Kong Country 2 on Super Nintendo. That was selected by Nick, the person that caused us to lose most of the times that we lost on 20 questions. You jerk. Now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Of course, it wouldn't be a Space Pirate Radio without a selection from Splatoon. At least it wouldn't be one hosted by me without a selection from Splatoon. But this is a very special selection from Splatoon in that it was chosen by Artsy Omni, aka the person who got famous, left us, and has now returned to select a song for Space Pirate Radio episode 10. Here it is, everybody. The jumbled random nature of that track often reminds me of the early days of recording the ZBN podcast with Omni and Zyber and just sort of throwing everything together at the last minute and just being like, let's do a show. And now here we are, hundreds of subscribers later, and we're basically doing the exact same stuff we've always done. Next, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my producers. I rib them all the time, and I constantly make fun of them, but they do a great job cobbling this show together every time we decide to finally get around to doing one. And honestly, the reason you guys do not have more Space Pirate Radio in your ears is entirely my fault. I have dropped the ball big time, so I would like to give them credit and take credit away from me. I do nothing except blabber on and on and on endlessly about nothing. Now, those producers are, of course, Todd of Rush the Fort fame, came to this channel, has done a fantastic job with editing certain things that we do around here. He is the primary editor for Space Pirate Radio. He did this episode. I think he did a fantastic job with all the ones in the past. Obviously, I have not heard his work on this one because I am doing the preliminary recording. But Todd, thumbs up to you. And if you do a good job on this show, well then double thumbs up to you. This selection is also from Todd. This was his choice. It is from the Wind Waker on GameCube, previously referred to as one of his favorite games of all time. It is Ariel's theme, a theme from the Wind Waker. Definitely one of the most beautiful songs you will ever hear on a Space Pirate Radio. Now, to close out the show, I mentioned my producers in the other clip, and it was kind of ambiguous. I didn't mention the other guys specifically because this next track is from him. It's Dan, and he has selected a track from Shadow of the Colossus on PlayStation 2, one of his favorite games of all time. Worthy choice. This is called Revived Power, and it's an appropriate selection because Space Pirate Radio, you could argue, is also a revived power. After several, almost months, it seems like, of not being on the air, we are back, and we are going to be better than ever in the future, so keep listening. Thank you for listening to Space Pirate Radio in Space. Thank you, Dan, for being an excellent editor and producer. Thank you to Todd for producing this show. Thank you to Omni for springboarding our channel into greatness. Thank you to Deg and Nick and Kyle and Chris. And I'm going to stop there because I'm going to forget people if I keep naming everybody, and then I would feel really bad, especially if I didn't include somebody like my wife or like Ollie or something, and I forget them. And then but bottom line, there's a lot of people on the ZBN that you don't know, and you're going to get to know all of them. And this was sort of our little introductory kind of Space Pirate Radio broadcast that we did just to get you to recognize some of these names. And granted, I'm going way off script right now. I'm kind of rambling, but I just want you to know that the ZBN as a group of people is so big and so important. And there's a lot of people who do stuff that you don't necessarily know about. And I just want to encourage you to go check out our other shows. Share us with your friends if you like our shows, because honestly, having you guys as our viewers is a big thing for me. It's a big thing for everybody that's involved in this stuff, and we appreciate it. So, yeah. Can you tell I'm no good at these big, long, meaningful speeches? Thanks for coming and sticking around, everybody. You've been listening to Space Pirate Radio, the #1 video game music station in the galaxy. In space. Thanks for listening to Space Pirate Radio. Again, if you liked our show, don't forget to tell all your friends and all your colleagues and all your enemies and all your employees and all your pets and all your children and all your wives and all your dogs and all your cats and all your rats and all your roaches and all your teachers and all your workers and all your employees and all your cats and all your rats and all your roaches.